He got the biggest one throwing it up, so I guess he can get over those big boys.
All right, so again, it'll be Yabo jumping against Colette, and the tap won by Wayland Baptist. And it's Crouch with the ball over on the left-hand side. He'll drive it right to the free throw line, and then stealing the ball, Perry, but it's knocked back to Waters, and he sets up the offense for the Pioneers of Wayland Baptist. Now it's Ristoff over here, top of the key. High post pass to Crouch, almost taken away. Crouch squares up, works against Perry, shoots it over from 18, missed it. Long rebound, though. Yabo in the middle of the key. 10-footer Yabo, it drops, no, slapped out again. There's three, two more offensive rebounds, and a missed three by Waters, and finally, Jalen Moore gets the rebound.
I tell you, nobody's jumping. I don't see any white shirts going up.
Now Darius Perkins hacked across the arm by Waters with his defense, and now they're going to call Waters for the foul.
One out of two is not bad.
Waters, you know, the thing is, a lot of coaches want their guys to be as pesky as possible because they know they're not going to call every foul.
Yeah, that's right.
And you might get away with it.
That's right. And you can get away with it early until they decide what they're going to do.
They are going to reset the shot clock with the foul to 35. And so they have. And we are 41 seconds into the game. Jalen Moore throws it out to Darius Perkins. Man-to-man for the Pioneers. You can tell pesky with Waters. Now on the right-hand wing, it's Moore around to the left side to Chris Smith. Under the basket to Moore. Moore posted, shoots, scores, and is fouled on the post-up. Ristoff got there late.
I like that. That's a good spot for Jalen to go once in a while.
Well, and there's an assist and an executed play.
Yeah, very well done. He posted up pretty good. He was almost in the lane. That's good and close for him.
Jalen, 46% shooting. He's had a few bad shooting games lately, but he's really improved at the foul line now, 75%.
We've improved the foul shooting tremendously.
Up to 70 almost as a team now on the year. Jalen to make the three-point play, and it's a 3-0 lead for Utah State. 50 seconds into the game. Again, not many students, obviously, with the Christmas break on, so there might not be as much noise in the spectrum.
Oh, they'll get it going if they need it.
McDew, and here is Perry holding on to Crouch down low, so he'll get that foul called on Julian, the freshman. Again, you can tell they want the ball in Crouch's hands. He's their leading scorer. All right, McDew off the screen. He doesn't get the pass. Crouch does at the corner of the key left. Oh, inside to Yabo, laid up and in. He beat Jalen Moore around the side.
Wowie. There's no backside help. There could be a little backside help there.
3-2 with Yabo making the basket, and now Darius Perkins brings it to the front court with a 1-point Aggie lead. Perkins over on the right. Corner pass goes to Chris Smith. Getting underneath. David Collette put it up, blocked Yabo, and rebounded by McDew.
Yeah, didn't realize he was there.
Now Crouch, spinning move to the front court on Darius. 10-footer is too long. The rebound is David Collette. He'll run the floor. He says he wants to be a guard. He runs it all the way down to the left. Now he stops to dribble top of the key. Back to Darius Perkins. Perkins down the left side of the lane. Shovel the ball back to Julian Perry. Over on the left to right to Jalen Moore. Now on this left-hand side, Perkins on the angle.
There
goes
it is,
low to
deep
Collette.
again.
Now they double Collette. He spins around, shoots it from 10. Back rim or no. Yabo gets the rebound again for the Baptist
Good look,
Pioneers.
Good look on the post.
Front court comes to Crouch. Now they get it out to Waters. Now they run against the Aggie man-to-man defense here with Waters taking it in front of the Aggie bench. 24 to shoot. 2 minutes are done. 3-2 Aggies. Waters gets it back. Posted Yabo against Collette. He goes in against Collette. He spins against Collette. Falls away and shoots it long. Julian Perry rebounds for the Aggies. Gets the ball to Darius. Perkins brings it far sideline. All the way to the baseline through the key pass. Three-pointer by Chris Smith is good.
Nice corner look. Nice corner look.
6-2. Now Crouch on the move. He'll shoot a three on the right angle. That's not good either. Rebound is off to Collette. Crouch, 60% shooter. He's already 0 for 3.
Yeah, bad shot selection, I think.
At least a couple.
No help. Yeah.
Around the screen, Perkins, free throw line, finds Chris for another three. Smith on the left wing, no good this time. Rebound slapped by Moore, but finally grabbed by Waters. And Waters at 6'1", comes out of there, 6 feet tall. Waters all the way down. It's at McDew. He's a three-point launch specialist, and he drills one right at the top of the key.
Yeah, that's a good call.
He's only had 22-point attempts all year long. Most of his attempts have been threes, and he makes it a 6-5 ball game for the Aggies. Collette to Chris Smith, who's made 1-3, missed a 3. He lobs under the basket. Jalen makes a tough catch in traffic. Reverse layup is good. Nice catch.
Yeah, I think Jalen looks like he could dominate on the inside, especially with the big guy on Collette.
8-5 the score. 16:42 to play in the first half. Royal Crouch gets it top of the key now. Waters over on this right-hand side, McDew. McDew down to the wing and then shoots another three. It's too long this time. A rebound is to Chris Smith.
Getting some good rebounds now.
Smith to Perkins. Perkins accelerates down the middle line. Everybody lay it up and blow the layup. Tap. And Collette was way off balance to try to tap it. Just got a finger on it. Couldn't get it. Ristoff brings it down. Drives down the key. Hangs from 5 and gets the bounce. So Wayland Ristoff with the basket. 8-7. Utah State lead 1. 16:09 to play here in the first half of play. Perkins backs it across the timeline with Waters trying to be pesky on him. Jalen Moore comes out top of the key to get it. Jalen looks under the basket for Smith. Goes low to Collette. Spinning move. Hang. 5-footer good. 10-7 Aggies. Good offensive start.
I like the high-low drop pass. It well done getting the ball inside.
So there's a little better stuff for the Aggie offense.
A lot better, yeah.
4 out of 8 start.
The ball's moving well, too.
Free throw line pass, Yabo. 3-point shot, wrist off is no good. Rebound, Chris Smith. The Aggies get a chance to run. Now it's 3-on-2. Moore on the right goes in against Ristoff and then gets it blocked away from behind out of bounds. And we'll get our first media timeout. Crouch blocked it from behind. Here comes the depth for the Pioneers. 4 guys are checking into the timeout. Yeah. So 15:29 to play and a 10-7 Aggie lead over Wayland Baptist. To get it started, this is the Utah State Aggie.
Don't call that so much. That the ball is not sticking in anybody's hands.
I mean, the Aggies averaging 12 assists this year. They usually get 14, 15 a game, so that's down a little bit. Perry with a fake, drive to the basket. Banker is short, tried to get his own rebound. Goes to Collette, who puts it up too hard. Jalen follows, did not get it. Got tapped out front, grabbed by Henry Bolton, the third who's into the game. So Henry now plays at the point guard spot. And again, he's on Jordan Johnson, who is a great stealer of the basketball. But he drives around him, cuts off, the ball's deflected away, and Bolton keeps it. Back to Collette, down the middle for a dunk try, and he missed it. Rebound Jordan. Johnson, he gets it front court, dribble drive under the basket, put up the layup, no, and Jalen Moore gets the rebound. The new guy in to make the shot was Kendall Durant. That's the Alabama transfer who's checked into the game. So now it's still 10-7, the Aggies by 3.
Lots of hustle now. See a little continuity. Be careful. Keep the ball moving a little bit. Bolton's been dribbling.
Perry goes back on the wing. Now Jalen Moore steps on Johnson, and a blocking call is the call on Jordan Johnson trying to take a charge. Third foul of the game on the Pioneers. Ball out of bounds to the Aggies here. 14:38 to play in the first half. Utah State has not been behind in the game. Game hasn't been tied yet either. Bolton inbound the ball. Goes on the right side of Chris Smith. Now Chris pivots on the baseline. Throws it back to Jalen. Out front, Henry. Looked at the three for a minute and didn't take it. Comes back to the right to Moore. Now on the right side, Chris Smith off the screen. Chris goes back to Moore. Moore dumps it off inside to Collette. Collette gets it. Doubled. Back out front, Perry. Left side, Bolton. 3-point shot on the left wing by Henry. No good. Rebound to Lancaster. Jacob Lancaster out of Colorado Springs. Went to Abilene Christian before he transferred to Wayland Baptist. So a couple schools in Texas. He also played at a junior college in Colorado. Northeast Junior College in Colorado. 6 minutes into the game, Aggies by 3. Yo-Yo out front is the point guard Waters. Gets a screen from Johnson, back to Johnson. Johnson drives, 10-footer blocked by Bolton, and the rebound back out front to Waters eventually. 11 to shoot. Now Waters drives on Bolton, goes around and shovels the ball. Knocked away by Collette. Picked up by Bolton, and the Aggies get the turnover. So nice play by David. David had 5 steals against Weber State, which is still the highest steal game in the conference this year.
Yeah, he's got good hands, and he's active.
Collette gets it in deep in double-team traffic, turns around, tried to shoot it on Lancaster, dips underneath him and still got it off the glass.
Boy, that's nice footwork right there, the up and under.
12-7, and Collette has 4 points. Aggie lead 5. Another new guy in the game is 0, and that's Maurice Redmond. Throws it cross court. Now Durant with the ball. Aggies kind of seeing the Aggies in a zone as they play kind of spread out basketball. Down in the corner to Waters, pretty good 3-point shooter, but he penetrates, goes to Johnson, driving it underneath for the basket. The assist by Waters, and it's 12-9. Aggies leading the Wayland Baptist University Pioneers out of Plainview, Texas by 3, just under the 13-minute mark of the first half. Bolton gets the ball to Chris Smith. Between the circles, Jalen Moore around to the right, outside the arc. It's Collette now with it out front. He hands it off. Chris Smith, free throw line. Step down the middle, put up the high hook, and it hit the back rim. It didn't go. Johnson rebounds for him. He comes in and steals, rebounds, does it all. Dribble drive and a blocking call on Julian Perry trying to get in the way of the driver, Maurice Redmond. So Perry has 2 fouls. Now there's a bunch of Aggies to come in. I would imagine one will probably be for Julian.
I think so.
Because JoJo McGlaston checks in. Sean Harris checks in. Elston Jones checks in. And it will be, Chris Smith was going to come out, but now Perry will stay in. Or Perry goes out because of the 2 fouls. So McGlaston, Harris in for the first time, and Elston Jones in for the first time. Freshman, senior, and sophomore. 12:38, and the shot clock is reset, but he wants the game clock back to 12:38 left to go. 4 seconds ran off, so they set it back. Again, it is the officials who start the clock, as we found out down at Utah
Did
Valley.
we ever?
Somebody pressed it the wrong way. Now Lancaster moves in against Jones. Left-hand hook, good. So Jacob Lancaster with a hoop. Get out of Colorado playing here at Utah. He might have some family here. 12-11 the score with 12:20 to play in the first half. Bolton brings it up on Waters. Goes over to the right side, Henry does. Around a screen from Elston Jones. Back to Sean Harris. Left-hand side to Chris Smith. Out front, Elston Jones. So the only starter in right now is Chris Smith. Off on the left-hand side, Bolton around the screen. Wanted to go back to Sean. Did not. Goes to Elston. Now it's Smith with 13 to shoot. Chris driving into the paint to the basket. Hang and miss another lay-in, but the tap in by is Sean Harris.
Nice job. Sean did that well last week. Very active, just trying to stir things up.
He always plays hard. That's
Yes,
what you're
he
going to
does.
get from him.
Yeah.
14-11. In that elevation problem with that leg, is we saw it there. He tapped it low, but it still went in. It was good to see. Now Durant tried to get a little space on the zone defense. Waters over on the left. Baseline drive by Johnson into the paint. Puts it up wild and high. No good, but the rebound, Lancaster in traffic. Throws it back out to Durant. Durant goes to the key. 10-footer off the front of the rim. No good. And Chris Smith finally got the rebound. It was a hot potato. Picked it up now, but go to Bolton. Lead pass back to JoJo. 10-footer on the baseline by McGlaston, too long. And Elston Jones jumped too early. And Sean Harris hustles for it, but knocked it out of bounds, and we'll get the media
He's right
timeout.
there with the guards. He's keeping the ball alive.
Elston was right there to get the rebound, but he already jumped.
And he was on his way down.
Yep, and the ball had hit the rim. So a timeout. The Aggies lead by one again at 11:17 to play. It's a 12-11 Utah State lead on Wayland Baptist University. This is the Utah State Aggie Network. 29%. The Aggies at 33% right now in the first look at stats, brought to you by Cache Valley Bank.
Very similar to what we've seen in all the other games. Low shooting percentages.
So it's still Henry Bolton. It's still that same unit for the Aggies, and now through the press, and they pass it underneath. Yabo dunks the ball on the assist by Johnson, and it is 14-13. Back to a 1-point lead, USU. Johnson now in the backcourt. Again, he was last year in the top 20 in the nation in the NAIA in steals. Bolton takes it all the way, goes down against Yabo and gets the foul, driving in hard. Well, at least he went after the big guy.
Yeah, he did. He went after it. He knows he's coming out, so he thought, I'll go get a shot.
So Henry Bolton will get two.
There's the case of the ball, inbounds pass, nobody touched it, it's a driving lay-in, which you don't have a chance to get, but did get the foul.
All right, so Henry at the foul line. He is 3 of 4 on the season. Henry is, again, hadn't scored in 2 of the last 3 games for the Aggies, and he misses the free throw right there. So now Sam Orchard out of Salt Lake City, Highland High School, checks in, 6'1", 180. And so he will play for the Aggies, and he replaces Chris Smith. And now, second one good by Bolton, and now back into the game will be Darius Perkins for Bolton at point guard. So the Aggies go Perkins at 1, Orchard at 2, McGlaston at 3, Harris at 4, and Jones at 5 with 10:50 to play here in the first half, leading by 2. It's 15-13. Johnson
We've seen 10 already, haven't we?
Yep. For the Aggies, yep. Exactly 10 players now, and we've already seen about the same for Wayland Baptist.
Yeah.
Dew's back in the game, their three-point shooter. There he is, goes cross-court to Durant. Durant backs up on JoJo. Now wants to get a screener out front. Yabo to screen for him out front. He's around it. Goes top of the key. Comes to McDew. McDew with 7 to shoot. Back to Durant. Durant steps free throw line down the middle. Pass it off on the side. Crouch shoots and finally made his first basket of the game. Their leading scorer. So Royal Crouch scores. Makes it a 15-15 tie. First tie of the game. 10-10 to play here in the first half as Darius Perkins brings it up on Jordan Johnson's defense for the Pioneers of Wayland Baptist. Free throw line extended right side, JoJo McGlaston. Under the basket, Sean Harris. Backs in. Sean spins. Hooks on the baseline, and it's a goaltending call. Sean has already matched his career high 4.
I was going to say, the big guy's going to show us how high he can jump. That was...
Well, Yabo's blocked some shots this year for them.
Yeah, he has. He can get up.
And so is Mitchell. All right, it's a 17-15 ball game with 9:50 to play in the first half. Aggies still have a 2-point lead. Utah State with the edge and playing the zone defense. Johnson over on the left to Durant. Pass the ball to Crouch. Elston on him. Crouch drives into the key, spins on Elston, goes underneath with an easy layup. Nice quick move to the basket.
Yeah, the big guy can't stay with the whirling dervish.
Now it's a 17-17 deadlock. 9:25 in the first half. Perkins across the timeline for USU. Down in the corner, tried to hit JoJo McGlaston, knocked out of bounds on the defense by Durant. Here comes Jalen Moore. Check in for Elston Jones. So now that moves Sean Harris to the 5.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of our rotation on the inside, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. All right, so Jalen goes back out front. Darius Perkins, 25 to shoot for the Aggies in a tie ball game. Orchard screens top of the key. Jalen tries to get free from that. The pass is kicked by Johnson. So they'll give the Aggies the inbounds ball, and it'll still be 17 on the clock. It's not under 15. There they reset it. Up at least that with a kick. And now Moore inbounds the ball back to Perkins. It was interesting to talk to Coach Matt Garnett before the game, the coach of the Wayland Baptist Pioneers, and he said defense, again, has led to their offense of 90 points.
Yeah.
And you can see they're pesky. Dribble drive McGlaston in traffic and throws the ball away. JoJo does. First turnover of the game of the Aggies. Aggies are ninth in the country at not turning it over. Here's Crouch again going one-on-one underneath. He pump fakes and he traveled before he put up the shot, so he gets their second turnover. Jalen with good defense that time.
Yeah, he stayed down, used his size, no problem there.
Crouch at 6'4", going up against Jalen at 6'8". Still 17-17. 8:50 to play first half in the Spectrum and Logan. Holiday game here with, again, not a big student crowd at all, so not a lot of noise. These town folks have moved out pretty good tonight in the crowd on behind us.
Not bad. We got a nice outing.
Moore over to the right to Sam Orchard. Orchard drives. Great pass underneath, but it could not get there to Moore. I thought he'd split the thread of the needle. It didn't work out. It got deflected away. McDew front court. Leaves it for Johnson. Right-hand side with Yabo posting up on Sean Harris. He'll back into Sean. He spins back to the right. Bank shot is short. Rebound crash. It's taken at the free throw line by McDew. He drives down the key. No, it's Johnson. He throws it underneath the Crouch. A double clutch, no good. Rebound with Sean Harris. He had it. And then finally, under the basket, Sam Orchard comes up with the ball. Gets the ball to Harris. Harris in the backcourt to Darius. Still tied at 17. Now baseline drive, JoJo underneath. A hanging pass. Goes off to Sam Orchard. Back of Bass to the free throw line to Sean Harris. And a career high with 6.
Yeah, nice movement. An excellent ball movement by Orchard.
He had 4 against BYU, South Dakota State this year, Wyoming last year, so 6 this year is his new high. Tonight it's 19-17. Baseline drive. Blocked. Sean Harris on Crouch, and Sean gets the ball. So Sean's the star right now.
Well, he's active. He's active. He just plays hard.
Perkins cross court. Orchard.
There
3-point launch
JoJo.
by JoJo in the right. Good. JoJo McGlaston for 3. JoJo McGlaston. We get a timeout from Coach Matt Garnett as the Aggies go up 22-17. So a coach's timeout for 30 seconds with 7:23 to play, and we'll be right back with more Aggie basketball on the Aggie Basketball Network.
Nothing will happen after that. We'll get back to the game.
Couple scores for you. Right now the Jazz lead Philadelphia 16-10. 3:11 left first quarter. Now Weber State's taking the lead on Bristol 31-27. Still New Mexico State 14-6 over Colorado State in that game. So it's Waters shooting the technicals. He makes the first. Waters 77%. His last 2 games have been his only non-double-figure scoring games in the last 9 for them, so he hasn't scored as much the last couple when Durant has become eligible, but he misses 1 out of 2. So they get 1 of the technical free throws to stop the Aggies' 7-0 run.
If they get the ball.
And they had the ball after the made basket, so they'll have it out of the backcourt. So Ristoff will inbound the ball to Waters, and he'll bring it up. They don't have their starters back in because Durant is playing with Lancaster off their bench. Now Waters takes it back over the left side. Darius Perkins. Collette comes in now for Sean Harris for the Aggies. Ristoff out here on the right-hand wing. Goes low to a posted Lancaster. Back down the middle over the left, McDew. Now on the left-hand side, Durant. Bring it back to this side. Driving into the key. Back pass to Ristoff. He can shoot threes. He'll go down the middle. Leave it back now on the wing to Waters. 7 to shoot. Out front on the angle to McDew. Back out front, Ristoff fake the 3. Then take the second clutched one. It was no good, and Collette gets the rebound for the Aggies.
Nice chase down. I like that.
To Darius Perkins. Aggies have a rebound edge of 2 now in the game. Left-hand side, Jalen posted his, and Collette had it, swinging with the ball in the middle of the court. They throw the outlet and hit Lancaster in the head, but it goes off to Ristoff. Ristoff into the key. On the angle to McDew. Long 3 left wing, around it out. Rebound to Perkins. Still the Aggies 24-18 with a lead, 5:38 to play first half. Utah State bring it up. Perkins shovels it to Jalen Moore. JoJo McGlasson on the left to Sam Orchard. Now down the middle, JoJo. JoJo around to the right, into the key, into the air, pass it up in the corner, and Orchard for 3. Left corner, short. Orchard followed his own rebound underneath, hesitated, gets it off to Jalen. Jalen has a foul on Lancaster, just put his arms into him.
Yeah, well, that was just a good desperation put up by Jalen.
So it'll be 2 shots at the free throw line for Jalen Moore. Here's an interesting stat. JoJo McGlasson just made that 3. He actually shoots 34% from three. He shoots less than 20% from two this year for the Aggies.
He's really been struggling offensively.
He's struggling taking the ball to the basket, and where you'd think he'd have some of his strengths, you would think. You'd think he could, with his leaps, he could take the ball to the basket and dunk it.
Yeah,
he misses a lot at the rim.
Creative. He just kind of gets himself a little out of control.
But he did make that three before he goes to the bench. So the bench tonight has 9 points with
job.
Harris and JoJo, and now Moore made one free throw, and Jalen shoots and makes another. So already 9 for Jalen Moore, and it's 26-18. Aggie lead 8, their biggest, and 5:16 to play in the first half. All right, over on the left-hand side, Waters around a screen from Crouch, who comes back in. Julian Perry back in for the Aggies. Posted up Crouch on Chris Smith. Goes underneath him, dips back to the right, then double pumps and puts it up too hard, and the rebound, Chris Smith. Then Jalen picks up the loose ball. Gets Crouch it off to Darius.
Really struggling. He looks like he's forced
just trying to do too much.
Yeah.
He and his wife did have their baby. And there's Darius Perkins off a screen, 15-footer. His first basket. Aggies lead 10, 28-18. Yeah, Crouch, he was expecting before his last game he played, got the game in and played great, and they didn't know how he'd play this week after having the baby, and he's not playing well right now. Waters off the screen. Cross-court patch McDew. McDew's another guy who doesn't shoot many two-pointers, just threes. And then Waters out front for three, way off the mark. Volleyball to rebound, way out front, and Waters will run it down to the backcourt. It went all the way to the quarter court to backcourt to pick up.
Yeah, a lot of long rebounds tonight.
Well, when you're missing threes. All right, Crouch gets it inside. Yabo goes against Colette, puts it up on David and scores it, then the foul. Well, that's a late call because they hadn't called it earlier. Yabo has 6. His first foul for Colette, 4th on the Aggies.
He has a tendency to walk into him a little bit, and that's why that's late a little. You can see the guy moving after the shot. He had his hands up, trying to do the best he could. Needs to move his feet.
Yabo was number 14 in the NCAA in block shots last year, and his free throw is no good, and Jalen gets the rebound. So the Aggie lead is still 10 at 28-18. And 4:05 to play first half. Actually, it's 26-18. That scoreboard's wrong over there, I believe. We'll have to check that. Now it's Chris Smith out front. Top of the key pass, Colette. Leave the ball back now to Chris Smith between the circles. They go to a zone defense here in the half court, kind of trapping near the timeline. Now Julian Perry in the corner. Chris Smith on the angle. Cross-court skip pass, throws it away. And we'll get a media timeout.
Wow.
Aggies have 3 turnovers the last little bit. Believe the score is 28-18 with 3:46 to play in the first half, and we'll be back in a moment. This is the Utah State Aggie Network. And the stats always brought to you by decisions made quickly and locally. Cache Valley Bank, you'll find them from North Logan to St. George in the state. Ristoff inbounds the ball in the backcourt to Waters. They have Crouch in the game, McDew, and Yabo. So they're basically their starters. Aggies play zone defense with a little bit more of an angle look to their corner, a little more pressure in the corner. Get the ball back out front, around to the left-hand side, Ristoff, inside Yabo. Shot clock at 19. Right side to McDew, gets it into the key Crouch. Back down the middle for Waters, a three, and he missed it, and crash on the boards, and Collette cradles for the Aggies. 3:20 left first half, Aggies lead 8. It's 28-20. They finally figured out the right score during that timeout. Now they're back to their zone defense where they try to trap out near the timeline if you get a chance. Three-pointer, Chris Smith, right side, drilled.
Chris Smith for three.
He's got 2 threes.
He had that dialed in. He was so wide open lots of times.
It's that zone. 31-20 now. Aggies lead 11. 3 minutes left in the first half. Down in the front of the Aggie bench, Ristoff. Waters skip it over on the left-hand side. McDew to Crouch at the free throw line. Royal Crouch leaves it back. Over on the left, McDew penetrates, leaves it back to Crouch down the middle. Pump fake, and then the shot, no good, but he got fouled on the shot. Got all the Aggies up in the air. And he got it on Collette for his second. So Collette 2, Perry 2. Here comes Sean Harris back into the game with 2:42 to play. Who, of course, was really good when he played earlier in this game.
Yeah. The bench has been good. We're up 10-4 on bench points, which is a rare stat for us.
Crouch makes the free throw. He has 5. He was a junior college All-American at Brown Mackey Junior College. He had 25 in their NAIA playoff game last year. He averaged 11 for them, and then now he's averaging 19 this year. Second one by the right-hander, got them both. Cuts it back to 31-22 Aggies over Wayland Baptist with 2:40 to play here in the first half in the Spectrum in Logan. Perkins across the timeline. Crouch with a high wingspan. He throws it over the top to Julian Perry. In the corner, Jalen Moore for 3. He launches. He misses. Rebound comes to Ristoff. Ristoff to Waters. Waters brings it down. Trailer is Ristoff. He'll shoot almost more threes than 2 as well in the season stats. McDew's the same for them.
They don't have a lot of inside game. You notice there's really exterior. The big guy wanders around in there a little bit.
And as active as he is, you'd think at their level, a big, strong, athletic guy would be really advantageous to get the ball inside and beat anybody.
Yeah, that's what you'd think, but they're not going to try it against the Aggies.
McGlaston for Julian Perry for the Aggies here with 2:08 left first half. 9-point lead for USU. Inbounding against the Aggies man-to-man defense. Waters goes into the corner, McDew. McDew takes it back to the left angle. Stops past the top of Keith Crouch. Royal Crouch gets the ball over here. He's from Gary, Indiana. That's his hometown.
Yeah, that's good basketball country.
Screen for Waters out front, Yabo. He takes it over the left for John Harris, and it's a shot clock violation. I was going to look up the shot clock, and I saw it go 1-0, and then I heard the buzzer.
No awareness out there. Nobody even knew what the clock was doing.
Team that's averaging 90 points a game, you'd think get a rare 35-second shot clock violation. 31-22. They do this half-court trapping type D in their zone. And Darius penetrates, kicks the ball, and Jalen doesn't shoot the 3 that time.
I like the penetration, though. That's what you need to do. But you need to Chris,
back over the left corner, and a tough catch for JoJo, and a tough catch, even tougher by Chris Smith. Cross court, Darius with 12 to shoot. 16-footer by Perkins, good. He's got 2 straight baskets.
Nice fake and up and under jump shot.
Now it's an 11-point lead again for USU. Utah State in the zone defense. Long 3, Ristoff, right side, just barely ticks the rim. And Perkins loses the hustle of the ball for Crouch, and then Crouch misses the lay-in. What a dunk by Yabo!
Oh, he pulled that up and under and flushed it.
He got that one just barely coming off the front end and got it way up high and put it in. The kid from Gambia played at West Texas Junior College. Under a minute to play, 9-point lead, Utah State. Dump it off Sean Harris to the basket. Passing on the baseline, JoJo McGlaston to Chris Smith. Now Darius Perkins for 3. Missed it. Long rebound. Great hustle to get over there to get the ball was Waters. He saw where it was going. He gets it front court, Ristoff. Back to Waters. Waters goes cross over the pass. Taquan McDew gets the return pass from Yabo for 3, and he makes it, and it cuts the game down to a 7-point game. Daquan McDew has 2 of them. 33-27, now just a 6-point lead.
Game, yeah.
Now Darius Perkins will get the timeout. The Aggies will use the 1 timeout or lose it here in the first half with a 24.9 to play, the shot clock off. They're going to bring in now Durant, Kendall Durant for defense, or at least 1 more offensive possession if they can make a defensive stand here. But here's Aggies lead by 11, and quickly they give up the Yabo with the rebound dunk and then the 3-pointer.
Yeah. Tough shot down here, too. Maybe, I don't know.
Darius had made the 2 nice jump shots, and then he puts up the 3.
That's why, you know, it's not like a run. You know, that's what inexperience does for you. You know, You make one or two, just wait for the next good shot. Don't take the third one.
Perkins had 4 straight. You talk about inconsistency a little bit. He'd had 4 straight double-figure games. Now only had 1 in his last 4 games for the Aggies.
That's right. So it's
just averaging about 6 points the last
time
couple
for another
games.
4-game stretch. Looks like he does them in 4. Yeah.
I mean, Julian Perry had 15 points against USC, double figures against Utah Valley, and then he only got 13 total in the 3 games in the Gosner tournament. Julian did.
He really didn't play well there.
Chris Smith had double figures first game, then didn't get double figures the last 2 in the Gosner. So that's where they get the inconsistencies. JoJo McGlasson out on the left wing.
JoJo did the same thing, 14-1, and then nothing.
Now back to man-to-man defense for the Pioneers. Perkins working on Waters with 10 seconds left in the first half. Baseline to McGlaston. Under the basket, find Sean Harris. Throws it back to Perkins with 3 to shoot. Perkins over on the left. A 3-pointer by McGlaston. Into the first half. No good. And it is a halftime lead of the Aggies, 33-27. They were never behind in the first half. It was tied twice at 15 and 17. They lead by 6 at intermission here in the Spectrum. So Utah State over Wayland Baptist, 33-27. And this is the Utah State Aggie Network.
Enough patience, very good patience. Waited for the double to lead.
35-27. We'll get our Beezer lock and keys to the game check here in a moment or two as Royal Crouch takes the pass down to the right corner, brings it back out on the angle. Aggies against Julian Perry defensively against him. Gets the ball off now to, again, Robert Waters on the wing to McDew. Now a 3 by Crouch is good. He makes 11 of 22 on the year coming in.
Yeah, it's a little more relaxed, not so forced, not so jumpy.
He had 6 in the first half, so that gives him 9 now, their leading score, and it's 35-30. Perkins, Colette on the right-hand side, Chris Smith. Lobs for Moore, over the top, tough catch in traffic, reverse layup, good, what a play.
Nice left hand, too, that's all left-handed.
Chris
great job.
Did the ball, and Jalen made a great catch, and they knew it was coming. 37-30, they had big guy Yabo and everybody else flying at it. McDew in the right corner, out top the key to Crouch. Crouch off the angle, shoots again out front, makes another. That a 2? That's a 2-point.
Looks like a 2er, yeah.
37-32, 5-point game and 18-33 to play. You can't let Crouch get going. A really good shooter normally on the air. Now, Colette 16-footer. No good. Rimmed it. Rebound comes Yabo. Bo in the first half had 3 rebounds for them, so that gives him 4 in the game. Aggie leading rebounder was Colette with 5 in the first half. 37-32 the score. Just a 5-point lead. The Aggies had an 11-point lead. Waters on the right side for the Pioneers. Pop out is Ristoff. Over on the left now, McDew. McDew back to Ristoff. Gets it back to McDew. Down low to Yabo on the baseline. Turns around on Colette. Goes in against David. They dig at the ball. They get it in the corner. McDew stepped out of bounds with it. And that's turnover. So how about your Beezer lock and key keys to the game? Coach?
Right quick. They're all in great shape. Number 1, the consistency in the first half. Offense and the subs doing a great job. Number 2, tough defense. We got the percentages down to number 3. We're winning the rebound game. What could be better?
Beezer lock and key, where we got it all locked up. Again, corner 4th North and 1st West. Again, fire, burglary safes, door hardwares, keyless entry for remotes, cars. Posted up now in low is Julian Perry. Blocked from behind, though, by McDew. Taken by Ristoff. Still a 5-point lead, and here comes the dribble drive by Crouch. He throws it cross court to nobody and throws it out of bounds.
I think he looked at that yellow seat over there, didn't he? What was that?
Yeah, he sees the gold jersey and says, oh, there's one of my guys over there.
He's supposed to be there.
He got up in the air and had nothing.
That's
He had nowhere
right.
to go.
Nowhere
is what
to
happened.
go, that's right.
All right, 17 and a half to play in the ball game. Out front, Perkins on Waters D. Top to keep pass to Jalen. Moore goes low to Colette. Now they double him real quickly. Colette just goes underneath the double and then gets fouled by Yabo.
A nice step, ducking step through, and they didn't close that door.
So that'll be his second foul. It's 2 shots for Colette coming up here at the line. So David, the freshman from Murray, has 6 points in this game. Been in double figures 5 of the last 6. He was in there all the games of the Gosners. He made that all-tournament team. He's got 7 points tonight. Leads the Aggies in rebounding. Again, his 32-point game was the highest in the conference this year so far. Oh, second one rimmed out, and we got a lane violation. So he'll shoot again. So Colette gets a reprieve.
Wowie.
Another chance. 38-32. Aggie lead is 6.
Looks like the officials were practicing their calls.
All right, one more for David. And he made him pay. Got it in. So he has 8 points, and it's 39-32 USU. All righty, out front between the circles, Waters. Waters comes back on the left-hand side, McDo. Now way down the middle, Waters fakes the three, drives the paint, in deep, and then dropped the ball. Actually double dribble, got away with it, and then passed to McDo. He banks a three. It didn't go in, and Ristoff lost it out of bounds because it was knocked out by the Aggies from behind. So JoJo McGlaston will check into the game. Julian Perry out. McGlaston will get the assignment of Crouch on defense. Aggies in the man. Pioneers inbound to Crouch out front. Goes against JoJo. Stops the dribble. Right-hand side. Finds Robert Waters. Hits it low. Yabo. Goes in against Jalen Moore. All the way to the rim and put it in. Bunja Labo has a 10-point game. Right now it's 39-34. And so 16:45 to play. So he's the second guy double figures. And then the Aggies lose it out front on the jump ball, already in possession. So Perkins lost control of it, and then it got tied up on the floor. So that's an unforced turnover that they get. The Aggies get their fifth of the game. Quickly, down in the corner goes to Crouch. He'll go right to the basket. Bounce it off to Boonjab. Wow, that was a power dunk.
And that was fast. He went up before that double got there.
He windmilled with two hands.
No, that was power.
39-36. That showed you what an athletic guy that, I mean, Stu said they got an athletic guy at post. He is. JoJo in the corner, right side. Look under the basket. Find Colette. Lay it up. Nobody got fouled. And I think Yabo will get the foul.
Boy, he's flying around. That was he was a long ways away from that.
So he's got 3 fouls now for Coach Matt Garnett, who he's off to a great start this half, but he gets his 3rd foul. So it'll be Colette at the free throw line. Shooting 2 free throws here. A chance to get double figures. Jalen already in double figures for the Aggies with 11.
They got 2, Crouch and Yabo.
Now David shoots the free throw away. Got it. So into the game comes, again, Morris Mitchell, who also is a pretty good shot blocker at 6'6", 250 pounds, a senior out of Atlanta. So again, 40-36 the score. Aggies by 4, 16-18, and Colette makes both free throws. So 41-36 Aggies, 16-15 to play here in the second half. Ristoff over on the right-hand side. Hands it back now to Waters, who lobs baseline, finds Crouch down there, drives by Colette, now doubled, and the ball's knocked away, but it's picked up and missed on the rebound by Mitchell, and then the second chance is good by Crouch.
Wowie. Where are we? We've got to get up and get that ball.
Mitchell missed a bunny, and then Crouch right there to get the rebound. 41-38, they go to steal the ball from Darius, and he's got it away from Waters. He's open. He'll shoot a 3 on the right angle and make it. He made him pay. So the Aggies call a timeout. So 44-38 and a coach's timeout for a full 60 right before we'd have a media. So we're going to have 2 timeouts in a row here. But 15:45 to play. Coach's timeout. The Aggies lead 44-38 on the Aggie Basketball Network. That would have just helped him at this stage. Okay, Ristoff out on the left side. Aggies lead by 6. Playing man-to-man defense. And Crouch drives on McGlaston. There's a bump on JoJo.
Boy, that was a slow start on JoJo. Flat-footed, wasn't ready to move.
Usually, again, that's the one thing. He's got some athleticism to be able to stay quickly with somebody, but that's his first foul.
He's not playing with the confidence I'd like to see in him. He's a little bit down, but that's got to come.
Well, he's worried about his offense not happening as much, and he needs to use athletic ability. Here's a dribble drive by Crouch and a one-hander at the rim. Good. So Crouch is going to town this half. He already, this half, has 9 points.
Yeah.
44-40.
In 5 minutes. Yep. That's production.
All right, into the front court, Darius Perkins. Right-hand side is Chris Smith. Slips the ball to Colette underneath. Colette in traffic. Bounce pass behind his back low to Jalen Moore, who lays it in. That's a nifty pass.
That's awareness is what that is. A double team. He knew he was wide open.
46-40, and he's laid it off behind his back low. Now Ristoff out on the right wing. Aggies go to zone this trip. See if they can keep him maybe on the outside from penetrating. McDo over to Ristoff on the left. Back to McDo down the middle. 17 to shoot. Now Ristoff for 3 on the left wing, and he rims one out. Darius Perkins boards for the Aggies. Utah State runs. Perkins down the right. Hesitates, pulls up and shoots it, and missed it. Volleyballed Colette out front, but grabbed by Robert Waters.
That's the kind of offense we don't need.
There's a dribble drive down and a blocking foul on Perkins, and the basket's good by Waters. So Waters scores. So Perkins takes the quick shot, goes down to the other end, and tries to draw a charge and fouls, and it'll be 3-point play the other way.
Yeah, that's just not smart, but it'll come. he'll learn that a little bit.
So Colette goes out with the 2 fouls, and Sean Harris, who already has that career high in the first half of 6, checks in. And Waters gets a chance to finish a 3-point play. That was his first basket of the game. He'd only shot 33 2-point baskets all year coming into this game in their first 12. And he misses another free throw, and Sean Harris gets another rebound for the Aggies. Still, the Aggie lead is just 4, 46-42. 14-15 to play. Jalen on the right wing. Top of the key to Harris. Now McGlaston way out on the left. Down the middle, Chris Smith. Lines up for a 3-pointer. Got it. Smith has 3 threes for 9 in the game. 49-42. Now here's Crouch driving down, spinning on Sean Harris. In traffic, leans underneath and walks with the ball. So now Jordan Johnson will check into the game, and Kendall Durant checks in. Ristoff goes out. Crouch goes out with that 9-point start this half. 49-42 at the 14-minute mark. Darius bringing it out of the backcourt. Perkins starts the Aggie offense by going to the left side with a low pass. Gets Chris Smith. McDew with him. Screen Sean Harris. Top of the key to Jalen Moore. Right side now to Perkins. Around the screen. Perkins free throw line. Trying to probe and penetrate. The ball got knocked away. Turnover Darius. Pick up the ball, Waters. Throw it down to Jordan Johnson, who misses the layup. The follow try by McDew. No good. McDew again. No good. Rebound. Sean Harris.
Finally got some white shirts there.
Sean to Perkins. Perkins shoveled the ball off to JoJo, and JoJo gets hacked by Durant going to the basket. So McGlaston will be at the foul line, and we know that's been a little bit of a struggle. 49-42. Aggie leads 7. Aggie basketball brought to you by Lewiston State Bank. Remember, they bring you the latest upgrades in all the financial technology, and so they can get you online or any way you want to do your banking. They can help you establish in your future. It's Lewiston State Bank, and there's McGlaston with a perfect swish for the free throw. So JoJo has 4 points in the game, a 3 and a free throw, and gets both free throws. Good job.
There we go.
He was 50% exactly coming into the game. 51-42. Aggies take it up to a 9-point lead with 13:20 left. All right, now a dribble drive by Durant into the key, but he gets cut off by the Aggie zone. Pass it baseline to Lancaster's check back in. Throws it right to Henry Bolton for a turnover. Bolton brings it down to the right side, goes in against Durant, gets fouled. No basket. They said the foul was before the shot. Foul on Durant. So that will be ball out of bounds for Utah State. Going to go under the basket. Baseline to the west. They lob it out front. Sean Harris. To JoJo. JoJo off the flare. Finds Chris Smith on the right. He leans. He hangs. He banks. He missed. Tap. Crit. Sean Harris.
I think his legs are coming back a little bit. That's a nice fly.
There, he got up there above the rim and knocked that one in.
There he goes.
Aggies back to the 11-point lead, their biggest of the game. 53-42. And then they throw it under the basket, and Sean fouled. He got out of position on the zone. Gets his second foul as he fouled Johnson.
Get your eyes moving. He was all alone down under there.
Now, Johnson had a lay-in.
Yeah.
He's 45% at the free throw line. Might have been a better deal to foul him.
Yeah, might have been. I don't think Sean knew that, but that's what he'll tell the coach.
Let's see if the numbers work that way on this one.
Okay.
Jordan Johnson. Again, he's the guy who's their defensive guy and makes a lot of things happen, but not a great scorer, but he drills the free throw. He went to Northwood University before he transferred to Wayland Baptist. Last year, he played there and averaged 5 points and 4 assists and was number 23 in the country in steals. And he was on 2 straight high school basketball champions at Dallas, in the Dallas area. Second one by Johnson. He drilled them both.
There we go. That doesn't compute.
So 53-44. It is a 9-point lead for Utah State. And here's Waters again on the hip of Henry Bolton. Backcourt gets around a screen from Jalen Moore to get free. Henry now flares over here to the right side. Here's Waters right back in his pocket. Gets the ball back to Smith. Smith cross court to Moore on the left-hand side. JoJo outside the arc. He goes low to a posted Sean Harris. Sean backing in, looking for his first double-figure scoring game. Now JoJo goes right back to Harris. Spins around, fakes, steps, doesn't shoot it. Back to JoJo. JoJo steps to the basket. Baseline back to Sean with a low pass.
Sean
3-second violation. Yeah. Okay. On Sean Harris for not getting out of the key.
He wouldn't get out of there. They were working that two-man game over there to death, weren't they?
And Sean didn't get out of there. So 9-point ball game with 12:15 to play. Front court crouches back in after that hot start to have the started here in the second half. Johnson outside. Aggies go back to man-to-man. Screen Durant over here to the left. Durant between the legs dribble, drives on JoJo, hangs in front of the basket, puts up a tough shot. It didn't go. He gets volleyball to the corner, and it is saved out of bounds, though. So it's media timeout with 11 minutes and 59 seconds to play. Utah State 53-44 on Wayland Baptist. And we have a timeout. This is the Utah State Aggie Network. Julian Perry back into the game. He replaces Chris Smith. David Collette is in the game. And what happened there is Jalen Moore goes out, and Sean Harris moves to 4. And bringing it up, Henry Bolton on Robert Waters' defense of the Pioneers of Wayland Baptist University. Utah State lead is 9. Underneath it goes to Collette. He got fouled by Yabo. They didn't call it. Now he goes back against Yabo, doesn't shoot it. Throws it back out on the angle to Bolton. Bolton with 17 to shoot, goes off to Sean Harris. Down the middle, JoJo flies to the basket, tried to throw it underneath. It got kicked. So they'll put it 15 on the shot clock. And 11:36 left in the game, but 15 on the shot clock, and the Aggies will have it back on the baseline. Well, they're really wanting to go inside, aren't they?
They really
Utah
are,
State
yeah.
is really trying to make that offense work in there.
They need to move the ball on the outside, get it in there more naturally than forcing it.
They inbound the ball to Collette. It goes back out front. McGlaston has it on the right wing. Gets a screen from David. Then the three-point shot. JoJo got it.
Three-pointer, JoJo!
So McGlaston with 8 points.
Yeah.
And the Aggies have a 12-point lead, their biggest of the night.
Nice off the bench for JoJo. A little more relaxed tonight.
There's a baseline fake by Crouch. Goes back in the right corner against the Aggie zone this time. Waters on the left side to Johnson. He'll not be a three-point shooting threat, but he penetrates. He passes off to Durant, who does a fancy dribble over there and almost dribbled it out of bounds, but he got it back to Waters with 16 to shoot. Left-hand side, Johnson. Johnson steps and reach in on Julian Perry. And Julian knew it, and it's his third foul, and he hasn't played a lot tonight.
No, he hasn't played very well. He's just kind of in between everything.
Well, I think he had Crouch to start with in the game, and he went after him and got a couple fouls early, but Crouch wasn't scoring then at that time.
So he did a good job on him that first half.
Now Sam Orchard checks in. He played in the first half. In fact, Sam had 6 minutes in the first half, missed a shot, had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. All right, Johnson to a posted Yabo. They kind of double him with Sean Harris trying to help from the side. Oh, down the middle finds Crouch. He double dribbled it, got away with it, missed the lay-in. Yabo kept it alive. Crouch keeps it alive. And then finally, Sean Harris fighting for it with Yabo. Picked up by Yabo. He goes back, he leans in, and Sean Harris fouled him. Sean couldn't pull it away for the big guy.
No, he pivoted into a little guy and lost it.
Third foul on Sean Harris. So he has 3, and Perry has 3 for the Aggies. Yabo back in. Munjay Yabo at the free throw line. He's missed his only free throw attempt tonight. He's 60% on the year. He has 3 fouls for the Pioneers. 12-point lead. Here's the foul shot by him this time. Good. So he has 13 in this game. Sean Harris. Again, the 8-point game is career high.
Yeah, nice night.
Kalen Moore back in. Crowd appreciates Sean Harris. I see his father and mom are here tonight over in the corner by the big tunnel. Second one, Yabo in. Cuts it back to 10. 56-46. 10:40 to play. Henry Bolton almost dribbled it right into where Sam Orchard was running up the floor. Sam had to hurry get out of the way. Bolton across the timeout line. Wanted to hand off the ball and could not. Backdoor pass goes to Collette. Fakes the 15-footer, and Yabo comes right into him in the body and gets his 4th foul. That was a silly foul by Yabo right there.
Yeah.
Because when you got 3, you don't want to get to 4 when you're playing as well as he is.
Out there, good night.
Because now you're going to have to come out of the game. And Morris Mitchell, the 6'6" wide body, will come in for them. Bunja Yabo goes out for the 10-point game. They inbound the ball in the corner to JoJo on the right. JoJo on Johnson on the defense. Comes back to the right wing and pass to Jalen Moore. Tried to go low to Collette, taken away by Crouch. 8 turnovers on the Aggies. So Crouch picks it off as they try to get that return pass back to the low post guy, Collette. Now Durant out on the right side. Durant goes back between the circles, Waters. Here's Crouch for 3. On the left side, he got fouled by JoJo McGlaston flying at him. He'll get 3 free throws.
Wow, don't foul the threes.
So Crouch misses the 3, and now he's an 80% foul shooter, and he'll get 3 free throws.
10-point lead, foul on the 3. That's just not thinking.
Clock stopped, and it goes back to 7 just like that.
Yeah, quick way to make up.
After he'd missed a long 3.
Yeah.
So Royal Crouch with a big second half already, and he might continue it, and he bangs in the free throw. He and his wife had their baby. After he played the last game, they were worried he wouldn't make it through the game. They did. Then she had it during the holidays, and everything's A-OK. He's made 2 of the free throws that he's got, and he has got 1 more with 10:07 to play. Big game today. Kentucky beat Louisville.
Yeah, that was an interesting mud fight.
It was.
Yeah, that nobody could score a bucket. That's a poor shooting exhibition.
Crouch makes all 3 free throws. How about Louisville had 1 assist in the whole game?
Yeah.
The whole game.
Dribble.
10 minutes to go. Henry Bolton loses Waters' defense. He fell down. A guy picked him up, and then JoJo bag pass, but picked up by Collette down the middle. He dunks. The pass wasn't really very clean to David Collette, but he covered it. And
he knew where he was going, didn't he?
12 points for Collette. 58-49. Utah State lead 9. Right side dribble drive by Johnson in traffic. The ball's a bad pass, but picked up Durant. 3-point launch. Waters around, out, no good, and a foul on Collette. Pushing underneath for his 3rd foul as Mitchell had the inside position.
Yeah, and he walks under him a little bit, does a lot of pushing with his body. And it's so obvious because the players get, in such weird positions.
So Chris Smith and Darius Perkins check in for the Aggies as McGlasson and Bolton will go out for USU. Morris Mitchell at the free throw line, 11 of 14 on the year, played at Paris Junior College, and then he went to Martin Methodist, played about a 7.6 average there. And now his free throw bounces around everywhere and doesn't go in. Jalen Moore boards for the Aggies.
Nice board by Jalen.
So Utah State's lead 9 with 9:30 to play in the ball game. Man-to-man still for the Pioneers. They played mostly man. They went to that little zone for a while. Back down the middle to Jalen. Left-hand side, Sam Orchard. Screen for Sam. Sam back to Collette outside the arc. Now 16 to shoot. Chris Smith spins, drives, goes underneath, knife to the basket, puts up a wild one. It went over the top of the backboard out of bounds. So it belongs to the Pioneers. Well,
JoJo was trying for a foul. Nobody was going to touch him.
So let's see. Jalen rebounds tonight.
5. He and Collette at 5, then right
5.
Behind Harris at 6.
Okay.
So that's good rebounding from our bigs. 5, 5, and 6. There's 16 rebounds on the inside position.
Mention of stats for Cache Valley Bank. Again, always decisions made locally there. Durant out front. Durant between the circles. Exactly 9 minutes to play and a 9-point lead Utah State. Durant drives on Orchard, goes all the way in with a low drive to the basket, and then a late foul called after Orchard had played him so tough driving in. Now they called it Collette. They called Collette on a reach. His 4th foul on the pass.
Wowie.
So Collette gets his 4th foul just like that.
There we go. He gets him, picks him up so quickly.
He does. And now at the free throw line, a miss. Jalen Moore rebounds as Durant missed the free throw. 58-49 still the score with 8:50 to play in this contest in the Spectrum. Perkins on the left-hand angle. Kind of tough for, I think, everybody, the players, to get into it with the crowd. Again, not very big and not noisy and not much of a game to really cheer about at times. Perkins driving all the way and dribbled it off his toe out of bounds. He didn't pass it, and another time where he just turns it over.
Yeah, nobody touched the ball on that possession from the inbounds.
So now it's 9 turnovers by my count for the Aggies as a team. What did the stats show? Yes, 9 to 8.
You're right on it.
And it's still a 58-49 ball game. The rebounds right now in the game are 29-28 for the Aggies. Aggie lead 9. Johnson front court. Johnson spins, goes over here to the left, all the way down the lane, leans in on Jalen Moore, banks it way flat, and Moore with another board. He's starting to control the boards. He runs the floor. He passes down to Chris Smith. Now he throws the ball across court out of bounds. Tried to get it to Jalen. Boy, the Aggies getting real sloppy with the ball.
Yeah, trying to do things that aren't there. I mean, I just don't see anything there. There were 2 yellow shirts between him and Moore, wasn't there?
Aggies number 9 in the nation, not turning it over with 10 turnovers a game. And now tonight they have 10 with 8:17 still to go in the game. So it's stuck at 58-49, it seems, for the last couple minutes.
Well, our defense is saving our button again.
Durant out front. Durant over here to the left. On Jalen now. Screen. 3-point pop by Durant. In and out. Rebound comes to Chris Smith. That was a pretty good shot. Under 8 minutes to go. Bringing it down, Darius Perkins for the Aggies. He looks at it. He drives to the left, goes to the basket, and gets fouled going to the basket. So he never gave up the ball that time, but he did get fouled on the drive. And I think Crouch will get the foul. Nope. The foul was called on Jordan Johnson, his second. So it'll be Darius, I believe, at the foul line when we come back. 7:53 to go and a 58-49 Aggie lead over Wayland Baptist on the Aggie Basketball Network.